Hello, welcome back to another video on CHA's YouTube channel, Narcissism and Cognitive Dissonance. All right, everybody, yes, where trauma healing and spiritual growth are front and center while combating radio frequencies for healthier living. Okay, I need to say a huge thank you to all of you for your continued support and patience as we get back to business as usual. Over the last year, we have discovered quite a bit, and there was a lot more crazy making that was going on behind the scene I had to discover. Okay, and I talk a lot about it on the Patreon channel. I've mentioned tidbits here and there, and you will hear me talk about it in live streams from time to time as I refer to the previous place we were residing as a mini electrocution chamber, because that's exactly what it is. That's what it was. And we discovered that's what was slowing down our progress a little bit. It wasn't stopping us, but it was slowing down our progress because the increased radio frequency in the environment was depleting the environment of oxygen. The very essential thing for survival all the way around. Because our skin needs oxygen too, not just everything, and not just us breathing. And so that's that. And I thank y'all. It just took a little while for us to discover it. And so since we have, the Lord told me, He said, it's time to go. That we got to go. We got to go. And so I want to talk about this though too, because how we've been putting the message back out there for everybody to remember. It's important to be less predictable, right? We got to move in silence and stay low key, chosen ones. You got to stay low key, because the devil, if you get to be too predictable, that's when the devil will know when to try and attack. Also, it's when the devil knows to try and send another narcissist across our path. Because I have to tell y'all something. As we grow and mature like we're supposed to, strive and to be more Christ-like every day, then there's no reason for us to be crying over everything. I understand that, yes, you are going to mourn. We're going to mourn the loss of some things that were dear to us, and God understands that. What I'm talking about is somebody comes up to you, and when they find out what your expertise are, because chosen ones, we have more than one area of expertise. We've got the spiritual and the physical here, okay? So when they find out, for example, like yours truly as a trauma specialist and a minister, they will use God, okay? They will say that they're a believer. They may think they are. Y'all got to remember something. A lot of narcissists out here claim to be a Christian, and they're not. Pay attention, watch. Observe more and speak less, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But if you've got somebody that comes across your path because you've been a little too predictable, then you will know, because you will stay aware. And one of the many things we learn about these narcissists is that they are, well, you could say trained, but the better word is programmed. Like, they know how to cry on cue. I don't know about y'all, but I can't do it. I cannot. There is no way I can sit there and cry on cue. I was like, you got to be kidding me. It's like, well, we know narcissists take everything personally, and we know that they are driven by their emotions, and they let their emotion control them, whether they realize it or not, because they are demonically possessed. All those negative emotions are demon spirits. So when they're trying to share a little bit of a story with you about their traumatization, and because the Matrix puts parents and biological family on a pedestal, remember that's idolatry. Just because they blood related does not mean they family. See, we're kingdom family in this growing community of spiritual warriors for Christ, because a lot of us find out that a good percentage of our biological family members are narcissists. They've been programmed. So we realize that. That's why God tells us the path is narrow. Yeah, picking up our cross and following Jesus, it's a narrow path. And we understand why. Because in Matthew 10, verse 37, there's your homework. Okay? Because we're not to be putting biological family on a pedestal. No, 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 no. Want to be worthy of Jesus? That's right. I prefer to be worthy of Jesus. Thank you. And chosen ones we are. Because we learn that we cannot allow the tugging of our heartstrings. And see, that's why the narcissists cry on cue. They do. They'll tell you something like their parents said something very mean to them. And it's like while they're telling you that, they start to cry at the same time. It's like, how do you do that? I mean, I understand, listen, when we're overcoming things, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a narcissist. They could be perfectly fine and it's that mood swing thingy. That's what I'm talking about here. Like, how do they do that? Well, they're programmed to do that because they are trained to try and tug at the heartstrings. That's what they do. That's how the devil tests, y'all. The devil will test you by trying to tug at your heartstrings. He wants to see if you are still wearing your heart on your sleeve. He wants to see if your empathy switch is still on full blast. Because if it is, that gives the devil some wiggle room. So you got to watch out for that. Because having our empathy switch on full blast is what kept us vulnerable to all of that. Because I'm going to tell you, the old me, yeah, somebody come up, it happened recently. They come up, they tried to tell me something, and yeah, it was pretty mean. You know, whatever their parents told them. It was very hurtful. I won't deny that. But they were able to cry on cue. And I thought, okay, hold on a second. And I knew what they were trying to do. And then another unrelated, okay, somewhat unrelated situation also between them and a spouse or a partner, if you will. And again, you know, they played that card so well. I got to thinking, wow, that's very rehearsed. Very rehearsed. And so they were saying that they're recognizing something about themselves that they've been doing towards their partner that they don't want to be doing. And again, as they said, they don't want to do it because they know that their partner's not cheating, blah, blah, blah. Again, cry on cue. I'm like, how do you do that? How do you do that? Because I'm telling you, I was like, chosen ones, I can't do it. I'm like, what? But seriously, on a grown adult, y'all got to pay attention to that. That's why I tell you, yeah, they didn't come. Yeah, see, that's the thing. This one did not have the puppy dog look, but they had the pursed lips and there was no life in the eyes, okay? That's what gave it away there. A big one right there. Not just pursed lips, but the soulless eyes. There was no life. Okay, there was no life in the eyes. But being able to cry on cue, and I was like, man, you trying to tug at my heartstring. It don't work. Because we have our empathy in check. We have our empathy switch on right. When we're in here and whatnot, it stays in the neutral position for the most part. But once we put that armor of God on, we got to open up that door to go out there, it's off. It is off when we go out there. Because we got to test the spirit by the spirit. But we don't ignore these things. But the narcissist, they can cry on cue. I said, a grown adult. And I'm going to tell y'all, I know she was definitely age-wise, which doesn't matter, really. It's just a number. But when you think about it, she was definitely older than I am. And able to cry on cue like that. I said, no, that's not normal. That's just not normal. Because as we grow and mature, right, yeah, striving to be more I know Jesus cried, yeah, but not on cue and not over, never mind, within a half hour, two separate things. Like, okay, we can't, no, if we're going to let it out, while we're talking, it doesn't come and go like it does with the narcissist. That's the difference there. They cry on cue, and then they're able to stop like that. Boom. Whereas chosen ones, I know if I am genuinely feeling bad about something and I'm crying while I talk, it ain't just gonna stop like that. It's gonna keep coming. You know what I'm saying? That's what's different. That's what's different. Oh my gosh, but I had to get on here and share that with y'all. It's amazing. The more we observe, that's a red flag. If they're able to cry on cue and then stop, like lickety split, and talk about something else. And I'm like, man, that's that moodiness right there. So let's share some in the comments below. I know y'all can share some additional insights and red flags about this, because yeah, I got a feeling y'all gonna be sharing some stuff, because that's not normal behavior, especially not a grown adult. I mean, you see it on a toddler, you're like, oh, okay, but then on a grown adult, you're like, but again, narcissists are what? Toddlers in adult body. So go figure. All right, everybody, don't forget, check out the My Social page on the website. The website link is listed below for quicker access. You will see the My Social page in the navigation drop-down menu, because we are get back to business as usual, dropping a little bit of content across all social platforms that we are on, including Telegram. Yep, at least once a week, if not twice, and sometimes 3 times a week. It just depends. But we have a strategy, and we are using it. We are, when we talk about the Motivational Monday message here recently, we got to push, got to plan, utilize, strategize, hush, move in silent. Oh, we're going to bring more about all of that to you all, because it ties right into the 5P coaching course at CHAacademybtbw.com. That link is also listed below. You want to click on all courses, and you will see everything we have available for you right there at CHAacademybtbw.com to help you level up your trauma healing and spiritual growth while combating radio frequencies for healthier living. All right, for additional information, insight, and other great stuff, you can check out these videos right here. I'm sending love and light to all fellow warriors. Thank you for watching, listening, and for your continued support. Till next time, we'll show some gratitude to the Heavenly Father, and you keep being you. In Jesus' name, amen.